Now you remember how I showed you that from point A, the experience of point B can prime and influence the way that the user experiences point C. Now as we start to break this down, what we start to notice is that point B is not necessarily one single experience. Point B is actually a whole bunch of little experiences that all add together to have an accumulative effect on priming the person for when they reach point C. Okay, so breaking down that process now, step one, they see your Google result, they click on it. Step two, they've come to your landing page. Okay, so what does it take to make a good landing page? Well, here are some quick tips. Firstly, you want to make sure it loads fast. If it takes too long to load, people are going to click off it, but also Google's going to punish you for that too. Okay, that's an SEO thing. Second thing is you want your website to be mobile responsive. Up to 50% of people nowadays are going to be viewing your website on a mobile phone or a tablet device. You want it to look good on mobile and PC. I see plenty of websites that look good on one but not the other. Make sure it looks good on both. But also it's an SEO thing too. Google's going to punish you if you don't have a mobile responsive site these days. So what else should it have? Well, the obvious things are it should be easy to navigate. You want it to look good. You want to have the right fonts, colors, logos, pictures. That stuff's kind of obvious. I think everybody kind of knows that they want the website to look good, to create the right impression. But for this video, I really want to focus on the things that aren't so obvious, the things that get overlooked a lot. And remember that lesson one for priming is to break down and identify every step along the way. So once the users come to your landing page, where do you think they are most likely to go from that point? Do you think it's the home page, the About Us page, the services, frequently asked questions, testimonials, etc.? Now, you've got to be careful about looking at information out there about this stuff, about statistics and what people do on websites, because a lot of this information comes from general, broad, all sorts of different websites, blogs, news services, etc. Here we're really specifically looking at behaviour on websites for businesses that provide trades and services. So, narrowing it down to these types of sites only, where do people go after they hit the landing page? Now these statistics are going to vary depending on the nature of your service, but generally the page most commonly clicked on from the landing page is the contact page. People are becoming more conditioned to expecting fast results. They want to just go straight through and talk to someone over the phone. So approximately 50%, sometimes more depending on the nature of the service, people are just going to go boom, straight to that contact page. Now, some people of course are obviously going to browse around a little bit before they get to the contact page, but even those people are going to end up at the contact page before they reach you. Now this diagram of the funnel gives you an idea of user experience on a website. No matter where they go, no matter where they navigate on the site, before they get in touch, they're going to go through the contact page. Now obviously some people might have their phone number splattered all over other pages, so it's not going to be the case with every site, but generally speaking, the contact page is either the next step from the landing page, or at least it's a few steps away where almost everybody's going to go through eventually. This is a mistake you'll see over and over and over again with so many websites. They put this great content on the rest of the website that people aren't even likely to see, and the page most commonly visited, they often leave relatively blank and boring. They might have the number, an email address, maybe a contact form, and that's about it. Now don't get me wrong, you still need to make sure that you've got impressive content on the rest of your website, because some people are going to browse around a little bit, and if they're not really convinced by what they see, they won't even end up at the contact page at all. I mean, think about it this way. Let's say you wanted to advertise on a billboard somewhere near a shopping centre or on the side of a highway. Now, the amount of money you're going to pay for that advertising space is largely going to depend on how busy that area is, how much traffic goes past it, how many people are going to be exposed to it. Now, if you look at a website and you want to strategically place something where the maximum amount of traffic is going to come past and see it, then the contact page is the place to put it. So look, by all means, put great stuff all over your website, that's fine. But lesson number 3 is if you want to prime your customers most effectively before they get in touch, then take the best content of your website, the most influential priming content, and put it on your contact page.
Now that you know that your contact page acts as the billboard of your website's most popular highway, what content can you put on your contact page to influence people just before they get in touch? Over the next few lessons, Stuart will show you what kind of content works best and how to arrange it strategically to attract the most attention and have the most powerful influence. So if you'd like to know how to have a more effective influence on your customer's journey through your website, then stay tuned for Lesson 4.